So, what's good everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel with yours truly, of course, Machiavelli, and today we're back with another speed build. And today's speed build we're making, I have no clue because this is literally 3 days before the builds can actually be done. Actually, no, today is what? Today's still Thursday. It's Thursday at 3:30 because I couldn't wait to talk about this because literally after the commentary was done, I went back and started looking at some other books I was reading. I have a whole list. But anyways, some good ones. So, anyways. Yeah, so I want to come back here and talk about it because I just wanted to. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to talk about some more books today. But anyways, for the book is, well, what the book is, but what the build is, I have no clue, but hopefully y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all like it. It might be a house. It might be a build. I have no clue which one. It might be a house. It might be a furnishing. I have no clue. So it's a surprise for you. It's a surprise for me. Who knows? But anyways, actually, let's do a flip for coin. So what time it is? If it's even, if it's an odd number when it comes to the time right now, or even if it's an odd, it's gonna be a build. I mean, a house. Even it's gonna be a furnishing. This is a guess right now. I don't really know. So it is. Wow, the way a notification just hit. So it is. Oh, it's an even. What did it say? What even was? And even is gonna be a house, and odd's gonna be a furnishing. I don't remember, but it's an even. So whatever I just said, that's what I'm gonna build. Again, I don't remember what I just said and which one I put it. I'm sorry, guys. I have such a bad short-term memory. It's terrible. But moving on. So today, you guys know what? We're talking about books. So today we're gonna talk about my transition to the dark side and how I've become tainted, literally tainted. So it all started when I read. Again, if you guys didn't watch the last build, talking about my journey through books and how I got to my audiobook phase, which again, I'm not gonna relap that because you have to go back. You have to go back to the last video and watch that. But today I want to talk about how I got into adult books, which I never knew existed, and I was in high school at this time. I never knew exactly at all what they had in what they call you in. What even was a thing. I'm gonna talk, but honestly, y'all. So I'm telling you right now, this conversation is gonna be for older people. If you're younger and you're pure and you're not ready for this conversation, that's totally fine. Come back when you are. And if you're never gonna be, it's gonna put you in a comfortable situation. Don't watch it. That's how you. It's that simple. And honestly, it is because honestly, like I said, this is gonna be transitioning to an adult book, so it's pretty much gonna be an adult talk. You know, probably gonna be a longer commentary, but let's get straight into it. Because actually, I might spread out between two commentaries because, bruh. Anyways, so moving on. So the first book I read was, of course, I should tell you guys already. 50 Shades of Grey. The movie came out in 2000 and I'm looking here. When did it come out? 2000 and can y'all give me the? Was it 2003? I don't know. Movie date. I can't spell. Date. Yeah, date. Thank you. When was the date? When did it come out? 2015. Okay, so December. I started reading audiobooks from 2003, and my first adult audiobook was 2015. So that's a whole 2 years of being pure. Anyways, but moving on from that. So again, I heard the hype about this book. I went ahead and opened it. I went to go read it. And when I was reading it, I remember when I was reading it. I was reading it. This was so embarrassing. I had my headphones on and I was reading them in the living room, and when it started getting hot and heavy, I popped a bone literally in the middle of the living room. I ran down, you know how awkward it is? My whole family's are watching TV. I'm listening to this audiobook and I'm just popping this. I can tell you, it was like I said, I wasn't used to it. The descriptions, like him tying her up, you know, her ecstasy moans. It's just, bro, the descriptions they had. I wish I could actually read a chapter to you guys because, bro, I can read it from this because this is pretty much the same thing. Bruh, the descriptions. Honestly, they had me hot. I won't lie, they had me hot and heavy, and I popped one right there in the living room. Right there, I'll never forget it. I popped one, and then actually, fun fact. After that, I started mocking. What happened was, I started playing the audio out loud in front of my mom just to make her uncomfortable. Oh, and I made sure I found the most raunchiest, you know, hot and heavy scene I could find in the book, and I played it out in front of her. And bro, the look on my brother, not only my mom, the look on my brother's face I played. He just looked at me like, Like, he's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, son, what are you doing right now? My mom's sitting right there. What are you doing? And literally, just imagine this. Your mom's sitting there washing the dishes, talking, everything's fine. And I'm talking about, the characters are talking about how they wanna, how good it feels that he's inside her, how full she feels. How full she feels, how he's bringing her to ecstasy, how close she is, and he's just describing how he's gonna make her feel, and like they're using so much profanity in it. Like, bruh, it was, I was dying because my brother was shocked. He's like, what are you doing? And my mom just stopped and looked at me. She gave me that really, have you ever seen, like, honestly, if you imagine like imagine the word really, now put a face to the word really and make it look very shameful and angry. That was her face. It was great. But ever since then, and then I was like, I don't know. Again, my mind was open to this whole new world of what's out there. So I was like, you know what? I went on here. I think this is the time where I got into Goodreads, because before I relied mainly on YouTube and another app that I had. And again, the thing is with the other app, it was mainly child books, so the young adult stuff. And so I found another part of the app which had this type of stuff in it, and then I went on Goodreads and tried to find some new books. And then the first book I read, let me see if I can find it. What was it called? Hold up. It was a dark book. So if I'm pretty sure go on my books, not my books. I'm not saying, oh, maybe it is on my books. I don't remember. Actually, let's go to my books. I actually want to know what kind of books I have. My books. Let's see what we got. Oh, that was a good book. The Selection. Ooh, The Selection was the first book I put down. Of course, he told you guys. That's what it's called. Captive in... No, it wasn't Selection was the first book I booked. Which was the first book I did? I don't even remember. Date added, okay. Yep, it was Selection. I tagged it. Actually, no, wait. What I'm talking about? I used this actually in 2014. That's when I had the account, because I selected The Selection on 2014. April 2013 was the first time I ever read The Selection. Crazy. Anyways, moving on from that, and then, yeah, the second book after I read. I'm sorry, I'm starting to sweat right now. I'm sorry, it's hot, but not because of the thing, because it's really hot, but the second book I read was Captive in the Dark. You see how this just took a left turn? Just imagine, I was reading fairy tale books for 2 years, and then literally I go from reading about a BDS, what is it called? An S&M relationship, to a book about girls being sold on a trade market. You just see the left I took. Anyways, that was the second book I read, and that book literally had me messed up. Like, again, I was so messed after this book, and I was so drawn to this book because it was so gritty. Like, you have to have, like, I'll read. Okay, if you don't know this, I'll read the description. So, Caleb is a man with singular interest in revenge. Oh, my bad. Is a man in singular interest in revenge. Kidnapped as a young boy and sold into slavery by a power-hungry monster. Mobster. He has thought of nothing but vengeance for 12 years. He has immersed himself in the world of pleasure slaves, searching for the one man he holds. Let me read the rest of this. Holds responsible. Finally, the archives of his suffering has emerged with a new identity, but not a normal nature. If Caleb is to get enough strike, he must become the very... I'm sorry, I'm so illiterate when I read. It's not even funny. Because listen, I just want a kid. I have to make sure, because if I read fully, I'm gonna read jumbleness. I can't have to literally look over the word, make sure I'm pronouncing it right, and then read. So let me be, okay? I sound illiterate when I read. It's terrible. 18-year-old Olivia had just woken up in a strange place, blindfolded and bound. There was only a calm man's voice to welcome her. His name is Caleb, though he demands to be called. Okay, let me read it again. Blindfolded and bounded. There's only a calm man's voice to welcome her. His name is Caleb, though he demanded to be called master. Olivia is a young and beautiful, naive and willful to fail. Willful to fault. She has a dark sensation that cannot be hidden or denied, though she tries to. Although she is fragile, but oh my god, I can't read. See, this is what happens when you skip a word. Frightened by the strong, sadistic, and arrogant man who holds her prisoner. What keeps Olivia awake is the darkness inside her, unwelcoming. The darkness inside her, unwelcoming, attractive. Her attraction to her captive. To him. Anyways, I can't read that. Read that one more time. Olivia wakes in the dark is her. What keeps Olivia awake in the dark is her unwelcome attraction to him. I can't read. Anyways, imagine again that was a left field. This book was intense. It was warning. This book contains very descriptive situations, strong language, and graphic violence. It was a left field read, and it took me to another place. And I was so addicted because I don't know, like I said, it was something new. It was something quite exciting, and I got addicted to it. And so I read that whole series. I read Captive in the Dark, and then the next book was Seduced in the Dark. And then the third book was I can't pronounce that word, but there's a third book to it. And I read all of those. And then I read to the next book, which it was a lighter one, but it was a good one too. Where was it? It wasn't this one. This was my third one. No, it wasn't Winter Penny. Where is it? It was called I think it's called Saving Soraya. That's what it is? Saving Soraya? Let me see what it's called. I know it's something called Isabel. Capturing Isabel. Or Saving Isabel. Saving Soraya. I have no clue what it's called. Saving Soraya. Or Saving Isabel. Saving Isabel. I can't remember what the book was called. It was such a good book. Oh, hold. No. If I go to dark, it has to be there. It's like it's one of the number one books. There it is. Killing Soraya. There we go. That's what it's called. Killing Soraya. I read this one next. This is my next one. Soraya. So this is how it goes. This is how this one sounds. Soraya was only 14. Soraya was only 14 when her mother uprooted her to leave. Soraya was only 14 when her mother uprooted her to live in Mexico with a notorious drug lord. Bruh, after reading these books, I was this is long. But yeah, if you want to go read it, it's called Killing Soraya. It's good. And then the next one is called Something Isabel. Reviving Isabel. There we go. And then is there a next one? There is The Swan and the Jackal. I haven't even read all of these, bruh. I have to go back and read the series. There's 7 books. I've only read 2. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go back, read Killing Soraya all over again. Bruh, it was such a good book. I recommend go read it. And then I think what broke me. This is the book that broke me out of it. So yeah, I started reading those books, and then there was another book that I was just on. I can't remember what it's called, but the book that stopped me from going any further, and then I switched it to a different genre, was Ruthless Peoples. Have you ever read Ruthless Peoples? It's ruthless. Like, it's ruthless. Like, it sickened me. It's not even with the sexualness, it's with how ruthless they are. Like, they are murderers in the book, and it got to the point where I felt uncomfortable reading it, and so I kind of quit the genre. And then I feel like because when I was reading these, again, all these books are very dark, very grim. And after you read a bunch of these books, it puts you in a mood. I felt like I was in this very, like, depressed, alone mood. Like, I felt very grim. It wasn't the best, bruh. I've just been on here this whole time without even editing my video. Surprised if you guys get a video of the day supposed to come out. But yeah, I was in this very depressed, grim mood, and I realized I just need something light, so like something fun. But at the same time, I wanted to continue reading, you know, adult books. But I realized, because again, after I realized this, I realized there's other books that are adult genre, and there's romantic comedies, and then I discovered that, and I read these amazing books, which I'll talk about again if you guys want to talk about, because I think this trilogy has to go here, but I have so much to talk about, because there's so much. Then I discovered like other books, then I found bully books. Oh god, I found the bully books, the romantic school bully drama books, and those those are something else. But anyways, guys, I gotta go ahead and have this commentary here. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, talk to you guys in the next one. I'm out. This is peace. Bye. Later. Love y'all. Bye, guys.